Assalamu alaikum students. In the previous lectures, we have discussed the three methods of speed control of shunt DC motors, in which two methods were common and one method was the least common method. In this lecture, we will have a look at safe ranges of operation by changing the field resistance and by changing the armature voltage. First of all, we will discuss the field resistance control method. As we have already discussed, the resistance of field can be increased or can be decreased. If the field resistance increases, when the field resistance will increase, according to Ohm law, the IF will decrease. As we know, IF is equal to VT over RF. When the value of RF will increase, then the value of field current will decrease, because the relationship between I and R is inverse. As we know, IF is directly proportional to flux. When the flux will decrease, as you can see in this equation, the current IF is decreasing when the value of RF is increasing. When the current IF will decrease, then the flux of the machine will decrease as well. As per equation of the DC shunt motors, the relationship between flux and omega is inverse. When the flux will decrease, then the speed of the DC shunt motors will increase. Similarly, when we will decrease the value of RF, when the value of RF will decrease according to Ohm law, then the value of current IF will increase. When the value of current IF will increase, then the flux in the machine will increase as well. And according to equation of DC shunt motors, when the flux will increase, then the speed of the DC shunt motor will decrease as well. Now, so we can't decrease the RF, because when RF will decrease, as you can see in this equation, when RF will decrease, then the field current will increase. And when the field current will increase, then the field winding can be heat up or even can burn out. That's why there is a limit of field resistance. We can't decrease the field resistance, because due to this the field current will increase, and when the field current will increase, then the winding of the field can heat up, and due to this the winding can be burn out. That's why there will be a limit of the field current. There is always a minimum speed limit. Beyond this, IF will damage the field winding. There will be a certain limit of the RF. There will be a certain limit of the RF. The value of the RF will not decrease further that specific limit. Due to this, the winding of the field can be damaged. That's why we usually increase the field resistance and instead of decrease the field resistance. Minimum speed limits occur when the maximum permissible field current flows through the field winding. So that's why we normally in this method the resistance of the field winding will increase instead of decrease, because when the value of the resistance will decrease, then the value of current IF will increase. Due to this, the field winding can heat up or even can burn out. That's why we do not decrease field resistance. We normally use in this method, we normally increase the field resistance by using this method, that is by increasing the field resistance. Now we will discuss the base speed. Base speed is the speed when rated voltages, rated field current and rated power is applied to the machine. When the rated voltage, rated field current and rated power is applied to the machine, then the speed of the DC shunt motor is called the rated speed or base speed. This method of speed control, that is by changing the field resistance, is normally used to increase the speed above the base speed or above the rated speed. By using this method, that is by changing the field resistance, we can increase the speed above the rated or base speed. We can't decrease the speed below the base or rated speed because, as we have already discussed, when the field resistance will decrease, then the current IF will increase. Due to this, winding can damage or heat up or even burn out. Therefore, RF control, speed control method is used to control the speed greater than the base speed. This method is normally used to increase the speed to greater than the base speed. Next one is the armature voltage control. As we have already discussed, the armature voltage can be increased or can be decreased. When the value of armature voltage will decrease, as we know, IA is equal to VA minus EA over RA. When the armature voltage will decrease, then the armature current will decrease as well, because the relationship between armature voltage and armature current is directly proportional. When the armature voltage will decrease, then the armature current will decrease as well. As we know, induced torque is equal to K phi into IA. When the armature current will decrease, then the induced torque will decrease as well. When the induced torque will decrease, then the speed of the DC shunt motor will decrease. Similarly, when the value of the armature voltage will increase, as we know, IA is equal to VA minus EA over RA. When the armature voltage will increase, then the armature current will increase as well. When the armature current will increase, then the induced torque will increase as well. When the induced torque will increase, then the speed of the DC shunt motor will increase. When the induced torque will decrease, then the speed of the DC shunt motor will decrease. When the induced torque will increase, then the speed of the DC shunt motor will increase. So, we can't increase the voltage continuously because the installation of the winding can damage. There is a maximum limit of the voltage. We can't increase the armature voltage continuously. When the voltage will increase beyond a certain limit or beyond the rated voltage, then the insulation of the winding can damage. That's why we normally decrease the voltages. When the voltage will decrease, then the induced torque will decrease. When the induced torque will decrease, then the speed of the DC shunt motor will decrease. Therefore, armature voltage control method is used when the speed is less than the base speed. We do not want to use those speed control methods which damage the motors. That's why we define the speed limits. We normally use this method to decrease the speed by decreasing the armature voltage. So that's why we define the speed limits. Now we will discuss the graph which is going to show the maximum torque and the maximum power. You can clearly see all these factors as we have already discussed. In case of field resistance control method, when we increase the field resistance, as we have already discussed, we normally increase the field resistance instead of decreasing. When we increase the field resistance, then according to Ohm law, the flux will decrease. As we know, IF is equal to Vt over Rf. When the value of Rf will increase, then the field current will decrease. When the field current will decrease, then the flux will decrease as well. When the flux will decrease, then the maximum induced torque will decrease. So in case of field resistance control method, the maximum torque induced will decrease. So this will be the graph of field resistance control maximum torque induced. Because when the flux will decrease, the relationship between flux and induced torque is directly proportional. When the flux will decrease, then the induced torque maximum will decrease as well. So that's why this will be the graph of maximum torque induced when due to field by changing the field resistance or by increasing the field resistance. This is called the RF control. Now, in case of armature voltage, when we increase or decrease the armature voltage, we normally decrease the armature voltage because we can't continuously increase the armature voltage above the rated voltage. When we decrease the armature voltage, there is no change occurs in the flux. It means this factor will be constant. The maximum torque induced in case of armature control method will be constant. Therefore, the graph of the maximum torque due to armature voltage control will be constant. This will be the graph of due to armature voltage control. It means the maximum torque due to armature control method will be constant, and due to field resistance control method, the maximum torque will decrease. Now we will discuss the maximum power graph. As we know, when the induced torque will increase, as we have already discussed, when the flux will decrease, the relationship between flux and speed is inversely proportional. When the flux will decrease, then the speed will increase. It means, as we know, the formula of maximum power is equal to tau induced maximum into omega. When the flux will decrease due to field resistance, then speed of the DC shunt motor will increase. And the second one is the maximum induced torque. When the flux will decrease, then the induced torque maximum will decrease. Here, as you can see in this equation, one factor is increasing and other factor is decreasing. It means there will be no change occurs in the maximum power. It means the maximum power in case of field resistance control method will be constant. Therefore, the graph of the maximum power due to field resistance control method will be like this, and the graph of maximum power will be constant. Now, in case of armature voltage control method, as we know, when the armature voltage will decrease, then the speed of the DC shunt motor will decrease as well, as we have already discussed in detail. When the speed of the DC shunt motor will decrease, then the maximum power will decrease as well, because the relationship between speed and the maximum power is directly proportional. That's why the maximum power in case of armature voltage control method will decrease. So the graph of maximum power due to armature voltage control method will be like this, as you can see in this graph. So these are the graphs of maximum induced torque and maximum power due to field change control method and armature voltage control method.